Good afternoon, welcome to another video from TW White and Sons. Okay, here we have today a Mazda 3 Sport Lux Automatic presented in Polymetal Grey. This car's done under 13,000 miles. It's got a lovely black cloth interior. Now this car has the SKYACTIV-G 122ps engine and all the usual refinements of the Mazda 3, which we'll go into more detail when we get in the car. Now looking around the car's in very good condition. I must admit I've had the alloy wheels refurbished, so there are no marks on the wheels. Okay, so they are pristine. The car's yet to go through the workshop, so anything that requires doing shall be done. The car was last serviced in June, that's all right, June 2022, and due a service now, so we'll put this through the workshop and all the mechanical prep shall be done. Sorry about that, a couple of dogs just approached me. So look, all the wheels all in lovely condition, fine fettle. Now we've got to give the car a good valet ready for the next owner, but we'll do that after the mechanical prep is done. Now unlike about 70 to 80% of our cars, which I know the previous owners, we normally have sold them the cars, etc. I didn't know the previous owner personally. This car was sourced by our buying department, so if you're watching this, thank you very much. So I've got the digital service record I'll share with you when we get in the car, but before we do that, let me show you the boot. So you've got a good sized boot. Now I could never understand why people were so fixated on boot sizes. It wasn't a thing for me, but since becoming a father, I now realise how important they are. Now this, I would say, is a family friendly boot, so you could fit your pushchair in and all the bits and pieces that go with that. And if you need any more space, you can pop the parcel shelf out and you've got 60-40 split rear seat. So let me show you in here. So you've got this very nice cloth interior. There's sort of two shades to it, and you've got isofix anchorages on the two outer rear seats. There's plenty of room in the back here, and you've got privacy glass, which I think is a good idea. I think years ago we didn't know how damaging sort of UV rays were, so that's certainly something I'll be looking for in a car. Now, someone said to me once, "Cool, there's not much window, there's not much glass in the rear of this car," and I think that the less glass, the safer the car is. But you don't feel, well, I certainly don't feel any form of claustrophobia, is that the right word? So yeah, a really nice place to be. So moving round, actually talking about safety, this is the CX-30 is actually based on the Mazda 3, and the CX-30 was the safest car on the road when it came out, probably is still one of the safest cars on the road, and I'd imagine the Mazda 3, I'm not terribly sure on the safety rating, I should know, naughty, but this will be a very safe car indeed. Which leads me on to getting inside the car, and then we can talk about some of these safety features. So you've got all your electric windows, mirrors there, you've got height adjustable seats up front. Now it's quite muggy here today, so I'm going to turn the car on and get the air conditioning going. So two keys with the car, you put your foot on the brake, press this button here, the dash lights up, and hey presto. So there's the mileage, 12,386 miles. Okay, right, let's turn that fan down so it doesn't impede on the recording too much. So we've got a heads-up display up here. This is all adjustable through this system. Okay, so it means you can see your speed, traffic sign, speed limits, basic sat-nav functions, warning functions directly in front of you rather than looking down at the binnacle. Okay, and you can adjust that through here. You can adjust the brightness, etc., to get it just right for your position in the driver's seat. So you've got that there. You've got adaptive cruise control, so the car will track the car lorry in front. So if you're set at 70 and that car slows down, you will then slow down. So you're not constantly adjusting your cruise control speed, because I think on the UK roads, you know, I don't think we get that many long stretches when there isn't somebody on the road. So you've got analog fuel gauge, temperature gauge. I do like that, having an analog gauge. a lot of manufacturers have gone to sort of a light, a blue light for cold and a red light for warm, so a gauge is very nice. Analog speedo, but if you want to make it digital, you can. Okay, and an analog rev counter. You've got rake and reach adjustment on the steering column. Automatic lights, which are LED, they're adaptive, they're amazing. The best way I can describe the lights on these cars is I can see more at night on an unlit road using these lights than I can in the day. I hope that makes sense. You've got automatic high beam control, which will allow you to put your high beam on, and then should somebody come the other way, it will adjust the lights. It won't make, it may not switch them off, the high beam off completely, but it will give you the best vision without dazzling the oncoming driver. And that's tried and tested, because I often use country lanes to avoid traffic on the way home. So you've got an amazing, real amazing lights. You've got the automatic wipers here, you've got a rear wash wipe. Right, now let's move on to more of those safety features. So, settings. See, this will prompt me, you see. So you've got driver assistance settings, so the cruise control we've mentioned. You can sync, yeah, the traffic side speed limits. Okay, I've never actually done that myself. Audible cruise confirmation, speed limit sign alert. So these are all things that, you know, I suppose are one more step to driverless cars. You've got a driver attention alert. Now this will tell you to take a break, basically. It will pick up if you're fatigued at all. It's quite spooky. You kind of yawn, think about taking a break, and up it comes. It's like it's read your mind. Safety alerts. So rear cross traffic alert. If you're pulling out of a parking space and somebody's crossing your path, lights will light up in each wing mirror, just to say, you know, be careful. Lane departure warning. If you were to veer out of a lane without indicating, it will warn you. Currently it's on steering wheel vibration, much like if you sort of went into the hard shoulder. Blind spot monitoring. So it'll light up and bleep if somebody was to overtake you or undertake you. If you were going to pull out, it will bleep at you. When they're passing you, it will just light up. So a very handy thing to have. All right, now you've got active safety. Oh, here we go. Distance and speed alert, lane keep assist. So it'll actually keep you in a lane. It'll actually correct you twice if you let go of the steering wheel, and it will come up on the screen, hold steering wheel. I was shown that at the launch of this car. Collision avoidance. So you've got smart brake support, smart city brake support, where the brakes will actually intervene. Yeah, I'm going to put the alert timing on early, because I often get told brake, 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 and I think, what am I braking for? And it could be a traffic island or something like that. Perhaps it doesn't like my style of driving. You've got front and rear parking sensors and parking camera. Okay, now I just want to emphasize something. This has got a 6-speed automatic gearbox which has a torque converter, which basically means it's seamless and it doesn't roll back on hills. So it's like traditional in the sense of the smoothness, the seamlessness of an automatic transmission. A lot of cars now, they're kind of hybrids. This is the traditional type, but with 6 gears. They change really quickly and they're really fuel efficient. Okay, so I think we've covered most things in the car. There are other things. If you would like me to take more photographs, videos, get any information on the car, please don't hesitate to ask. And should that be outside our regular business hours, don't let that put you off. Contact us, email us, give us a phone call, leave a voice message. We pick them up outside of hours and we'll come back to you ASAP. Okay, if you've dealt with us before, thanks for considering us again. If not, and you want an idea of, you know, what sort of people we are to do business with, please do check out our reviews. Some of us have been here a long time, and it's a good representation of how we do business. Okay, so a couple of things. We've got the best part exchange facility. We welcome your part exchange regardless of what you have, and you'll be able to see that from our used car offering. We have all makes and models. Okay, now please do punch your reg number in and do all those things that you're heavily encouraged to do and that are heavily advertised. do all that sort of stuff, but get in touch with us. We want your part exchange. Regardless of what it is, you'll get the best deal with a part exchange. We of course have great finance facilities. The car will come with 12 months warranty, which is a Mazda ZZ Plus used car warranty, which is the follow-on from the Mazda manufacturer's warranty. It will come with roadside assistance for 12 months, MOT insurance for 12 months, which is fantastic, because certain things that aren't covered under the warranty at your next MOT may be. So a really good scheme. And the roadside assistance isn't one of those complimentary ones that are pretty useless and you have to upgrade for them to be any good. This is comprehensive, home start, passengers are covered, hire car, and it covers you in Europe. Okay, we do have warranty extension facilities as well. Okay, so I want to thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly have done, and we look forward to hearing from you. Thank you. Bye bye. Hello, sorry, I forgot to share the service history. So the car was actually supplied by Johnson's Mazda in Solihull, very reputable dealer. There in November 19 at 6 miles, and then look at that, less than a year later. He's only done 607 miles. I'd imagine that's something to do with COVID. And then serviced again in 21 at 3369. Again in June 22 at 6715. So this year that's just gone, this has been when the car's actually been used, and it's done about 6,000 miles. So this will have another entry from TW White and Sons here at Alpington for the next service. Okay, thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.